Kids like whimsy. Kids like wonder. Kids like magic and surprise.
Wow, good job.
Grown-ups are the same way.
This is the result of a class project I had back in college several years back, and so I called it affectionately Sculpture Block, and just a three-dimensional sculptural cube, that is, and the whole idea is, what can somebody be creative with? It doesn't have to be in a three-dimensional cube form. Designers, whether they're architectural, whether they're engineering, whether they're product goods manufacturers, can have a tremendous impact on what the future products and services and buildings offer. Everybody has a part. So you might be involved with the designing of that good, that cabinetry, that furniture, that faceplate to that electrical outlet, that light switch itself, or even the light fixture. You all have a part. Design work can be very solitary. You can go back to your design studio, whether it's in school or whether it's in the profession, and you can hash out the needs and the wants of the client. But yet you need to be able to bounce that off of the other players involved, the consultants, the engineers, the client himself or herself.
Well, Makerspace is a wonderful environment where you're with like-minded people that like to create things. And the reason the maker movement is popular and growing is that people love to create. And a makerspace is saying, what if? What if? What if I build this? What's going to happen? What if I do this?
We're discussing the maker movement today, and it's defined in so many different ways. It's described as a technology-based extension of the DIY culture, which includes robotics, electronics, and 3D printing, but it also includes traditional activities like woodworking and arts and crafts. The movement focuses on learning and using practical skills, which I think is really important. The invention and design of useful objects.
It's about creativity. I like the idea it's DIY with a tech edge. But right, everyone can participate in that. I mean, really globally, to push us forward.
The maker movement is sort of validated in the sense that, you know what, you can make mistakes, and that's probably the biggest part, is you can make mistakes. I mean, that's how you make these sort of great advances in technology and other areas or invention, is by pursuing a whole new concept. What if? What if? What if?
I think we see that with younger children too. I think about 8, 9-year-olds that are, have this interest in, right, maybe it's gaming or maybe it's, experimenting with science. And right, so we know that it's fun. We got the fun down, and then that inspires us to go out and seek the knowledge, and that might, drive education really K through 12. If we have fun doing it, then we might need to know how does that work.
And chemistry, math, physics are all great precursors to the maker movement. So if makers are a spontaneous response to education, that's a wonderful thing. They're saying, I learned all this stuff, I want to try it. And I don't want to try it with a teacher there, I don't want to try it with somebody else there, I just want to take some buddies and try it and see what happens while nobody's watching. And show somebody, look what I made, and be proud of it.
And I would say too, you don't always need the math foundation first. Sometimes the creativity can spark the, oh, I need to be able to do this and I don't know how. Some of my favorite opportunities with students have been just because of that. Sitting in the hall with a student who wants to do something with their truck, and they're realizing they don't know trigonometry yet, so they don't know how to do the angle. Or the gamer who's designing a game and they're going down a tube with their computer, but they can't seem to control the speed. the tighter the tube gets, the faster their object goes, but they don't want it to go faster, and to talk about the math that's involved. You know, and it's really their play,
That
in a
drives their
sense,
interest.
that was
Yeah.
brought up the math question. You know, that, so I see this as
Yeah.
simultaneous learning.